So a couple different surveys have gone out, and they've come back with general consensus around certain things for prioritization, including cart paths, the pond, and reseeding everything. Sometimes it was tricky because some of the surveys said tees and greens or not tees and greens, and those were two different items, or pond or water feature, et cetera. But overall, these are kind of the things that have come forward from that survey. And so one of the surveys has this prioritization survey, kind of gives this budget. And this is the budget that was more or less put into the town's 10-year plan, capital improvement plan. So it's not a problem in the sense that, that's what was the last thing agreed upon by council. But I think that if we only put this amount of funding towards this project, then this property will more or less always look the way it currently does, because this amount of funding is what's required just to keep the weeds at bay, to keep the native invasive species out, and the non-native invasive species out, and to maintain safety on the cart path, et cetera. So in my view, this amount of funding is not adequate to really make some progress on the plan. And so part of the reason for bringing it here tonight, why now? Why bring it forward? One, I feel that it's maybe languished long enough in terms of all of us trying to get the project moving forward. And two, and this is the most important, I think, is that this year's budget is being more or less made now. So I feel that rather than have a balanced budget that comes through to us that doesn't include funding for the preserve, and then we would have to add funding at that point, which would be more difficult, it would be better to upfront say we want to add funding to the preserve so that it can be just baked right into the budget and we can get a balanced budget brought to us that will have that funding already allocated. And then we can continue to have conversations about what is the exact plan for the pond area, what is the exact plan for the revegetation or the approval of the master plan, hopefully in this near future, but we'll have some funding set aside to be able to accomplish some of those things. So I think that's overall the goal of why we're here tonight and why now on March 6th.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. I just